Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So let's have a look at floor 36 of the Tower of Champions, and then we will do that with a free party. And yeah, I have done free party runs of every floor of the Tower of Champions, I believe, from 21 through 35. So you can go back and look at those. And then I will attempt to do it for 36 through 40. 37 looks pretty tough, but anyway, let's look at 36 for now. Gimmicks here are damage walls and warps. We absolutely want to bring guys with null damage wall. Null warp is not necessary, but it is better to have. And then, yes, there is lots going on. As we can see, we have the two zombies. They revive two guys each. Best way to end the zombie loop is to get them both in the same turn. If not, just take down a whole bunch of guys and then hope a zombie is not revived. And then, yes, as we can see looking at the map, there is the magma all over the place. And this will do 2,000 damage to us per character per turn, unless we have this snowflake icon on us. And then we can get that by picking up the vials of the potion. And then those potions, they will either appear randomly, or they will be dropped by the Cupid there that's in the middle of the screen with the treasure chest. So yeah, we take him down, and then a vial is generated somewhere on the field. And then also, there are these galaxies, these ball robot things. They will go into counterattack mode, and then once they are hit, then they shoot out a healing wall. And then those healing walls are the only ways to heal in this mission. There are no hearts. So yeah, already lots of stuff going on in this mission. And yeah, for that reason, there's a lot of things to kind of keep track of as you are going through. You want to be taking down that Cupid as often as possible. You want to be keeping an eye on your guys to see if they have that magma resistance. You want to keep an eye on your hit points to see if you need to spend a turn going into healing walls. And of course you need to be doing enough damage to all of the enemies on the screen. So yeah, lots to do. And yeah, this being a free party, and again, the rules for the free party is 3 drop monsters on your team. And then from your friends list, you can pick one Hatcher monster. The one Hatcher monster I'm using is Raphael, and she's one of the very best for this mission. She does not have null warp, but she has null damage wall. She has recovery, so I can use her to heal, which is a big help here. And then she has a command strike shot, which can be really good to kind of clear a field of little guys, or to do concentrated damage to the boss. As for the drop monsters, there's kind of no drop monster that is perfect for this floor, which makes it tricky. The first one I'm using is a Yamato Takeru 0. He is a Pierce with a null damage wall, null warp. And then his speed is very high, which is really important on this stage, because he can hit the healing walls a lot, and then he can also hit a lot of other people's bump combos, or get hits in on the galaxies in order to get out the healing walls. His strike shot is not that good for this mission, however. It is good because it can pierce in any direction, and it can go through laser barriers, but it just doesn't do that much damage. And then it's much more important to move around the screen in order to hit healing walls or grab potions or all that stuff. So I really don't recommend using the strike shot. Yeah. Next up is Yamato Takeru, the regular version. He is a bounce with a null damage wall, null gravity barrier. And as opposed to the 0 version, his speed is low. It's not as low as some power types, but yeah, it's on the low side. So that means he's going to get fewer hits on the healing walls, and then he's going to hit less guys as well. And then finally I'm using Kai, and he is an extreme drop monster. This is the evolution version. He is a Pierce with null damage wall and a meteor strike shot. But kind of the most important thing about him is his bump combo. He has a spread pierce bump combo, and this is most useful for setting off the counterattacks of the galaxies. So whenever it is not Kai's turn, we do want to hit him with somebody so that he can shoot out his spread piercer and then get out those healing walls so that we can keep our HP up. Okay, so here is the first mini-boss stage. We have Izanami here, and yes, healing walls will appear top and bottom. And then just by chance, I had my Yamato Takeru in great position. So we will hit the healing walls, get our HP up, and then do some damage to the boss. We did not have the magma resistance, however, so we did take that 2000 damage. Alrighty. And I did forget to say about Yamato Takeru, his bump combo is really good. It's the lock-on one-way laser, big damage there. There are some laser barriers on this stage though, so it's worth keeping an eye on that. And then his strike shot is also really good. It's the becomes a pure strike shot. This really increases his speed, so for those times when you need more speed, of course, it can be good for that. Or you can use it to do concentrated damage on the boss's weak point, most ideally. Okay. And then the very best way to end a stage is with full hit points and with a potion that you pick up the last turn. So yeah, we can begin this next stage in a semi-good position. We do have the magma resistance, but our HP is not full, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so now we have blocks, which means that it'll be a little bit more difficult to hit these galaxies, especially with kind of direct attacks. But still, bump combos will work, most of them. And then this will actually kind of benefit us in some ways, because the blocks will block some attacks to galaxies, which means they will be out more turns, and so do more healing walls for us. And actually it is possible to get in between the blocks and the healing walls in order to get lots of healing in there. But yeah, the first turn of every stage, the first thing I like to do is to take down the Cupid and then get that potion out. And then if I did need the potion immediately, I would grab that when I would need it. After that, I would try to do as much damage to the boss as possible, while also getting out the healing walls by hitting the galaxies. Okay, so here I don't really like how this is going, so I'm going to use Raphael's Strike Shot. Get everybody moving, maybe grab a potion, get some healing wall, and then also take down some guys. Yeah, for me, if I ever get below like half hit points, and especially when I don't have a magma resistance potion, then I get a little bit antsy and I start using strike shots. Alright, so first turn again, we're going to go for the Cupid first. If we start a stage and there is a potion already on the stage somewhere, then it's not as necessary to take down the Cupid right away. Oh, and I also forgot to talk about Yamato Takeru Zero's bump combo. It's the, I forget what you call it in English, like a dimensional blades or something. But that's pretty useful actually. It can, it targets the guy with the fewest number of hit points, and that is often the Cupid guy with the treasure chest, so that can be good for getting out the potion. Doesn't do a whole ton of damage though overall. So yeah, as we can see, each of these drop monsters, they have their benefits, but also their drawbacks. So I feel like a good balance, or a good mix of different drop monsters is best for this mission. Okay, and yes, as we take down the boss, the galaxies will leave as well, which means if there is a healing wall out, there's only one turn before it will disappear, so it's important to get the healing in right away. Okay, and here I do not have any magma resistance, so I want to beat this stage as quick as possible. We'll take that magma damage at the end there. And then I think we are also going to take it at the end of this turn here. So that's why it's especially important to finish a stage with the magma resistance. But yeah, pretty much every stage plays the same. Get those potions out, keep your HP up, hit those galaxies, and do damage to the boss. And then not in that list of priorities is doing damage to the other little guys, like the red dragons here. They can do some damaging attacks, but it's not worth the time to go after them, I would say. So. Oh, and one thing about Kai, he does have a meteor strike shot, which I don't think is very useful for this mission. So for that reason, it might be worth using his Ascension form. I think the Evolution form has better stats, though, so yeah, I'd go for the Evolution, and then maybe not expect too much from his strike shot. Okay, so we ended that stage decent. Pretty good amount of hit points, and then a potion. And then, while this team does have a lot of strong bump combos, it's not good to rely too much on it. Yeah, we do want to keep those certain things in mind. Going after the Cupid, grabbing the potions, keeping the HP up. Alright, so here let's use Yamato Takeru's strike shot. Partly for the speed up, partly for the pierce. I did want to take down the Cupid, but I did not have a clear shot, so that's why we used the pierce strike shot. Okay, we'll grab a potion, set off some bump combos. And Raphael does have 2 tiers of the strike shot, and I would say just go ahead and use that first tier if you are getting a little nervous. She does really have one of the best strike shots in the game, that 2-tier command strike shot. Okay, so I see that we do not have the magma resistance, so we'll pick up this potion. Alright, do a little bit of damage on the boss. Alright, HP is getting low, so I'm getting a little nervous. I'm going to try to fit in that place in between the block and the healing wall. Managed to get a little bit of healing in there. And then here with Kai, I'm going to try to do that thing where I get stuck in between the block and the healing wall. Alright, so we healed completely, grabbed a potion to boot, set off some bump combos, so that was a pretty successful turn. Alright, but the boss is starting to shake, so it is time to start concentrating damage on her. It looks like the 2 in the lower right. This is like a meteor plus a rebound laser. So yeah, big damage, very difficult to survive that. And yeah, when it does kind of come down to the wire, it's good to ignore all of the other things to keep in mind and just go after the boss, just like we did here. Okay, so now we are entering the last stage of the floor, and we're in pretty good shape. Pretty much close to full life, and then the potion. And then here I'm going to use the strike shot, just to kind of show how little it does. Alrighty, so almost no damage on the boss, but... Alrighty, and then on this stage, the boss will go back to moving left and right, and then that really makes it narrow in between her and one of the walls. So this is a good chance to use Raphael's strike shot, for example. There can be guys that get stuck in between the wall and then the boss. Also, if you had a Pierce character, you could go up and down, and then go back and forth through the boss there. Alright, then here let's use Yamato Takeru Zero's strike shot. Again, I do not recommend using this. but this stage is going so well that I thought I would show off how useful that is. Okay, got the weak point right in front of us, so we'll just do a left and right, and that'll do it. Okay, so that was floor 36 with Free Party, and that took about a half dozen tries, which is actually less than a lot of the other Free Party floors that I've done. So yeah, not as difficult as I was expecting. Alrighty, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.